All right, y'all. Here we go. We back again, and now we're gonna watch a little scene from the great American classic Superfly, and this is how a lot of our young men get caught up. Man, this is gonna illustrate how they get caught up because they think they got the main line in, man, and they think they go, man, I'm gonna just make it. And, I ain't got no problems because the devil came and sat down and told me I ain't going to have no problems. All right, here we go.
Down the stairs, mother. Hit the wall. Come on.
All right, man, let me stop it right here, explain what's going on. There was a dude in the neighborhood that was, the plug for everybody. His name was Scatter, and he was the one plugging everybody up. But he got tired of being bossed around by these white dudes, man, so he wanted to get out the business. Okay, so Preach and his buddy Eddie are like Scatter's like main distributors, man. He just orders everything, gives it to Preach and Eddie, and he don't have to worry about all these dudes on the street. Preach and Eddie deal with all that. So the cops have found out who Scatter's giving all these drugs to, and they done caught up with Preach and Eddie. So now they confronting them, and Preach and Eddie at first they think, man, oh man, we getting we gonna go to jail. But the cops have another idea in store for them.
All right, turn around. You just picked up a key of cocaine from Scatter. You work for Scatter?
What is this shit? He's asking the questions. Answer.
I know Scatter hasn't been dealing direct for over a year, but he managed to move 15 keys, and he just ordered 30 more.
Scatter's man?
Are the 30 keys yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to cover for Scatter. He's looking to get out anyway, and I'm looking for someone to carry his weight.
There's right there. The devil told him, hey, I'm looking for somebody to carry his weight. In other words, nah, I'm not here to arrest you. I'm here to get in business with you. And there ain't no option. There ain't no option. You don't have the option of saying no. You either get in business with us or you disappear, right? So Preach sees it as, man, this is another chain going on my arm. But Eddie's like, man, you gonna go into business with us? Oh man, Eddie's like, man, it's gonna push us to another level. So there's a difference between the way both of them think, right? Preach thinks like, hey, you know what? I want to be free. Even if I'm doing this, chicanery over here, I want to be free if I'm going to do it. But Eddie's like, shh, I don't care if the devil himself got his penis in my, rectum. I'm going to go ahead and do it, right? I'm going to go ahead and do it, get this money, right? Got to be careful what's your motivation, man. Got to be careful, man. If money's your motivation, man, you might just be willing to do anything, almost anything, and then anything. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you're doing stuff and you can't even look at yourself in the mirror. All right, let's continue, man. The devil put the deal on the table. Let's see what Preach and Eddie are going to say.
Why didn't you ask Scatter about us?
I got my own ways of finding things out. Besides, when I heard how big you two guys were, I wanted to meet you myself. I don't go through Scatter.
What we talking about?
We're talking about 10,000 a key. You do all right on this, you get an open line, plus credit. Any problems?
No, man.
See? So what did the devil do? First they see that little gleam in your eye, and then they throw the silver gold pieces down there. Say, here, this is what you're gonna get and more. Right? This is what you're gonna get and more. All you gotta do is let me run my program through you. Right? You gotta agree to be my slave though. Gotta agree to be my slave. And I won't let no other slave master bother you. Right? So that's the offer that's on the table. Preacher's like, man, I don't want to deal with y'all because I'm going to be your slave. Eddie's like, I don't care. Eddie's like, I don't care if I'll be a slave. I just want to make money. All right, let's continue.
One of my people will call you tomorrow and give you a phone number. If you have any problems with the police or anything I should know, you call that. You deal direct with me after a few days. You'll see that I'm good, stand-up people. Come on.
Now, there's this difference between the way they think, right? Preacher's like, oh, shit, man. Now I'm beholden to them, right? Shipment gets gaffled up. They ain't want their money, right? Just like the mafia, right? You get in bed with the mafia. You have a bad week. F you, you had a bad week. I want my money, right? And whatever you don't pay, double that and put that on the next one. See, Preach knew it was a bad deal, ultimately, right? But Eddie's like, we in.
Oh,
What's wrong with you?
baby, what's the matter with me? We in. We got the main line. And that hunky sound like he can even keep the cops off our back. You know, they got cats out there like that, baby. We gonna be bigger than Scatter ever dreamed of being.
You forgot what we in this for, Eddie.
That was before what happened tonight went down. Baby, if we can make $1 million in 4 months, imagine what we can make in 4 years. Now, can you dig that?
Okay, now Preacher's like, damn, man, he don't get it. He don't get it. You a slave. How much is your free thought worth? How much is free thinking worth? How much is being free worth? And if you a slave who could put on nice clothes and drive a big fancy car, but you are still a slave, what's the point? What's the point? Oh, but Clarence, I can get a lot of girls. I can have a lot of sex. Yeah, you probably can. You probably can. But your soul ain't meant to be a slave. Your soul was meant to be free. Free. That's what your soul was meant to be. If you were supposed to be a slave, God would have made you a slave. He would have started the whole thing out. Adam would have been a slave. Adam wasn't a slave. Adam had a free will to do what God said or disobey God. Right? Adam wasn't no slave. He was born free. By God, he was born free. When he came into existence a free soul. Well, Clarence, other people were born slaves. Yeah, but that's not God's fault. God ain't turned the world upside down like that. The world turned itself upside down like that. And you know what the problem with most slaves are? If you free them, they will most of the time turn around and run back to their slave master. Just like when they freed the people in Egypt, and some of them said, where we gonna eat? You know, when we was with Pharaoh, we ate regularly. We didn't have to fend for ourselves. Our meat was brought to us. But when you free, man, you on your own. You out here. But you have to remember where you come from and how to get back to that, where your freedom, it's okay to be free. It's okay to be free. Free and justified, man. Because what good is being a slave, a dressed up, rich slave? What good is being a rich slave? I got money, I got clothes, I got women. So what? So what? I got the Lord of the universe. Who's really winning? Who's really winning? Anyway, let's see how it turned out, man. Let's see how it turned out, because Eddie is like, man, hey, Eddie's trying to convince Preach, man. And Preach is like, nah, man, this is a bad thing. This is bad. But Eddie's like, no, man, it's good. We can make a ton of money. But let's hear Eddie's rationalization here.
And I went along with that thing of yours about getting out because I had nothing else. When I get out, what am I going to do? I don't know nothing else but dope, baby. Taking it, selling it, bankrolling some other small-time pusher. You know, you got this fantasy in your head about getting out of the life and setting that other world on its ear. What the fuck are you gonna do except hustle? Besides pimping.
All right, here's the peer pressure. Here's the peer pressure. This is when a lot of our young men, they fall down from the peer pressure. Here you go.
Really ain't got the stomach for that. Now, man, I ain't putting you down. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd be OD'd someplace. I'm just trying to make it real, baby, like it is. I mean, maybe this is what you supposed to do. Maybe this is what you growing to. I mean, just think about it. Don't throw it out. Just think about it.
See? Consider working with the devil. Consider it. See, this is what people that have already resolved to be a slave, that's what they're going to say to you. Consider slavery. They've dressed it up really nice. So it's just dressed up real nice. It's the illusion of freedom. It's the illusion of you being free, but you're still a slave. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, hell, financially. You're still a slave. But consider it. Consider this form of slavery. See, man, you got to know. See, you got to be a wide awake and think. Clarence Muhammad, shout out to him. He said that we have to be a wide awake and thinking black man. We have to be wide awake and thinking. And he meant the black women as well. We have to be wide awake and thinking, man, because if we're not, we can get caught up like this. Our young men, man, they're so caught up with trying to have sex that they're willing to adopt the illusion of freedom. They think selling drugs on the corner is freedom, but it's not. They are beholden to somebody who they getting them drugs from. And that person is beholden to who they getting the drugs from, and so on and so forth. And it's an elaborate scheme, schematic of slavery dressed up to look like entrepreneurship. I'm just saying, I'm just being real with you. Anyway, this is the peer pressure that our young men are running into out there in the street, and that's how come a lot of them fold up.
You know what? I'm thinking about 30 keys.
Well, let's get this shit on the road, cut it, sock it, zack it, and go. Shit.
All right, man. So I guess Preach at this time says, okay, I'm gonna just play along with the whole, yeah, we win it situation, right? We all know how the movie ends, but for right now, Preach is like in the cut. Okay, I'm with it. Let's do it, right? Anyway, I wanted to show a demonstration of how our young men get caught up in peer pressure, and they get asked to consider working with the devil, man, because it's they make working with the devil look dignified and legitimate and almost godlike, right? Is it? That's for you to decide, man. That's for you to decide. How does your stomach deal with the fact that you're working with the devil? Some of our people are okay with it. They A-okay with it. Why? Because their memories have been erased. The memory of them walking across the sands in Africa and being their own people, their memory's been erased from them. Right? They feel like all they got is American culture and values to go by. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with America itself, but the culture and the values, to say that American culture and values need an adjustment is an understatement, right? Whenever you have a society that's built on comparing other people based on money, just comparing people, period. But really, when you're basing everything on money and sex, I mean, eventually you're going to hit the wall at some point, right? You're going to hit the wall. And it's getting to a point now, man. We look at our young men, they're doing so much craziness, man. It's not funny. The deletions, the kidnappings, the harassments, the sex assaults. Our young men are all over the road. That's why we came up with a program called the Emergency Pack to teach young men, man. If you want us to teach, man, just reach out and touch me. Reach out and get in touch with me, and we can set up a Zoom class. We've done many Zoom classes, and we can do another Zoom class. It's not no big deal, man. Just get in touch with me, and we can do a Zoom class. We got No Means No. We got the money class. We got the jobs and careers, and entrepreneurship. I mean, we got so many different things, man. But we got in this class 8 topics that young black men need to know. I mean, coming out of high school, like right away, they need to know this stuff before they step out of high school. And just it's just the numbers. The American school system does not teach them this stuff. They just don't teach them this stuff, and it hasn't been socialized into whatever you would say the black culture is to give them this information. If they're not getting it at home, where are they gonna get it from? Most black men don't go to church. Most black men don't go to the mosque. Most black men don't go to a temple. Where they go? The bar and the club, right? And they spend most of their time doing things to obtain sex or obtain money for the opportunity for sex, right? That's their chief goal, instead of being a better person, helping the community. Why? Because they've been taught not to. They've been taught, hey, you only be good for the dominant society, not for your own community. The black community is someplace where you go in, you try to dip in and run through as many women as you can without being impregnate them and having to pay child support. And if you do impregnate them, one of them, you just leave him. You just leave them alone. You don't take care of the child. You don't do nothing with them. it's a sad situation. But anyway, like I said, man, we got eight different things that they need to know coming out of high school. You know, how to deal with police encounters, how to critically think to avoid conflict. You know, we just breaking the hood cycle. We're just breaking the hood cycle, man. And so, if you can help us, man, with a donation, help us with a donation. If not, I understand. At least share some of these things with some people, man, so that we can get. We're trying to get a facility so that we can teach these young men all of this stuff in our own location. We don't have to keep going to different people's locations or doing everything on Zoom. We want to have our own location. We can bring the young men from the community in, right? Los Angeles, Long Beach, Compton, we're right there. Linwood, Inglewood, we can bring them on. We're centrally. We want the facility we want is centrally located, so we can bring young men from all over to this spot. Right, it's near the bus stops. It's right across from a mall. We can do it. We just need to get our people together to do it. So anyway, y'all, thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all, man. Remember, man, black men have unique issues. Please do not let people tell you that they don't. They do have unique issues. And we need people that can teach them regardless to their unique issues and address those issues, right? And we can do it. We can definitely do it. All right, thank you, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Oh, please donate, please. Thank you.